So Louis Vega, how do you feel about trans women competing in sports? You as a woman, right? How do you feel? Do you feel that it's acceptable? Because in my opinion, and I don't care if I piss off the trans community saying this, give them their own bracket. In wrestling, we have weight class.
Yeah, I don't. Base, you feel me? I, that's a tough one, but you feel me? I feel like that goes back to like segregation, bro. So you can't really do that like that. You feel me? It's tough. It's tough, but nah. I feel like you have different stages, right? So like when you're just starting out, and I would say for instance like when they do doping, right? If their T levels, right, are higher than the average woman, then I would be like, all right, cool. You don't apply for this, right? And I'll have a level of the testosterone, and it'll go from there. Um, but also like that's encroaching on the freedom. But that would just be me. That is my goal, right? You have a threshold, right? So even when you're competitive in athletics, you have to have a certain level of testosterone. And that's what I'll do because I know the estrogen it lowers down the testosterone to give the more feminine features. I saw like the one where there was a person that just started to transition, right, and blew out the weight that was lifted by like 100, like 130 pounds from the world record, and the person who was spotting the trans woman was the person who had the previous record, and she couldn't lift that for real, and she was over there upset. But yeah, I don't know. They got to be some type of way chart it goes because it is crazy. You feel me? Because maybe what happens if they switch sides? You feel me? And they don't complete the transition, or they just started it. You feel me?
You get what I'm saying? You have
Right.
JV, you have varsity. You want to basically identify as what you want. I'm cool with that. You have your life. It is your right. You can live your life the way you want. But I do have a problem when you are competing in a league. I mean, what happens if dudes from the NBA want to say, you know, I want to identify as a woman. I'm going to play in the WNBA. What happened? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Deja said, no, that's crazy. The trans class.
but that's literally because think about it. Look at the swimmer.
Right.
And I think we talked about it last time. 435th place in the men's league. 435th place in the United States. Ranked 435th place. When they go into the women's side, number one. Do you know how many girls lost out on scholarships? How many girls worked out so hard who busted their ass to earn that position?
Mm-hmm.
And that, like, dude, you can't tell me that's acceptable.
Right.
I have, and again, if you want to get mad at me for saying this, so be it. I got a niece. You out your damn mind if you think I'm going to be okay with her competing against a male.
Mm-hmm.
It don't matter what you want to identify. Make a league for their own.
Yeah.
Like, look at the UFC, the transgender fighter, right? Crack, out of the fights that he has been in, even though he identifies as a woman and he took the chemicals to lower and boost his estrogen and take away this, he's cracked and fractured 2 female skulls, crushing one of their orbital sockets. How is that acceptable? Like, at what point? I get, and I get, we gotta
like picturing that.
understand and we gotta be supportive. All right, call a spade, bro. I don't care. If you're offended by what I'm saying, then educate me on why I'm wrong. But there's no way you're going to convince me and tell me that it's appropriate for a male to compete with women. It doesn't work.
So, Ben, can you hear us?
You're muted, homie.
Or like, do you have a minute?
Hello?
I don't think he does. That's okay. Well,
Yo, just hopping in for a quick second.
yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello, did you just put in another pair of headphones?
Yeah, I got 2 headphones on.
That's your man's. Oh shit.
I got
Nice.
two
So
phones.
in regards to like the trans athlete thing, I think if I heard correctly, and Jason's just expressing his disagreements with that, all I can say, bro, is that they did it to themselves. I'm not saying that all women are anything like that, but they're the really vocal ones, right?
Mm.
The progressives and the people that and there's nothing wrong with wanting equal opportunity for all, but there's a reason. There's a reason why genetics exist. There are
Yeah.
some things that both sexes cannot compete with each other,
Facts.
especially when it comes to like physical activity. So that aside, you know, because the nature, unfortunately, of women on the for the most part is to be like agreeable or to say the safe thing or to be PC or accepting or whatever. They did it to themselves, bro. They didn't dig their feet in and go, no, we don't want men identifying as women to compete with us in these sports. Instead, they took on the approach of open love, equal opportunity. They deserve it, right? Yada
Yeah.
yada. They did it to themselves, bro, and they're reaping. They are reaping what they sow.
Facts.
And now you got fucking grown ass 250-pound men
Mhm.
beating on, because like you can't compare a 250-pound man to a 250-pound woman, even though they're the same weight. Like I don't know how to explain it because I'm not a fucking geneticist or whatever, but there's a difference
There's
between
common
like
sense.
muscle and fat. Like, yeah, honestly,
It's
a man can output more power even if they weigh the same.
Brother,
That's just how it works.
I'm handicapped.
I'm tapping out.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm handicapped, right? I got an artificial femur. I got plates. I am one of those individuals who is basically, I have a like it'll be harder for me to do things.
Yeah.
You could honestly take the strongest woman you know and put her up against me, and she's gonna have a problem. That's how crazy that even me being hindered, I still have an advantage just because of my mass and what I have naturally built into me. It's like the same thing. I saw a competition, and again,
It's literally simple biology, and
Facts.
people, for whatever reason, people are just denying it outright, and that's a slippery slope, and that's just what happens.
facts. It's like the whole competition with the
Hey, shit, you put me, you feel me, in a wrestling match with a shorty, bro. It's gonna be a bad day for her. I ain't even gonna hold you, unless like you feel me, nah, cause they got some, yeah, but they'll give me some work, bro. You feel me? I ain't no professional wrestler, bro, but I gets down and dirty, but yeah.
with the prom, I guess. The transgender.
You mean the trans that won the pageant or whatever?
Yeah, like that. I have a problem with that. And the reason I have a problem with that is like, you're not even convincing. You're just a big quarterback who put on a wig and you're getting it. And it's like, yo, at least be convincing.
Yo, Jace, you wildin'. Oh my god. Oh my god. You was wildin' for that one.
And that's the thing, that whole inclusion, that you're destroying the fabric.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Because what it does is pretty much it makes it a shit show.
Right.
And again, it's not to target. Again, you can live your life the way you want. You could be as free as you want. But let me ask you something. If you've seen those clips of like Thailand, the lady boys, they look like women.
Yeah.
They look like women. So if you told me one of those won the beauty pageant, I'll be like, okay, I can see it.
Because of the femininity.
The femininity is there.
Exactly. It's a beauty pageant, right? But because they're pushing the idea that, like inner beauty, there's beauty in everyone, yada yada. Like, I mean, I get it. Beauty pageants are archaic because they objectify women, right? That's fine.
Yeah.
But at least let them have that. If they're willingly putting themselves through it, let them fucking have it. The amount of effort that these women go through to look the way that they do, to get shown up by some portly fellow wearing a wig.
That's like eyeliner? Disrespectful, bro.
It's
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It makes it even more
it's
of a
mockery.
So
man.
the way that I see it with specifically those pageants is like, when it comes to pageants and events like those, there is a certain criteria that you need to meet. At least I'm assuming
I
that
agree.
there's a criteria that you have to meet to participate in said event and said pageant.
Yep.
So if it's the responsibility of the committee and the people running that event to, make sure that everyone is adhering to the rules and the policies and all the criterias. If everyone meets that criteria, I mean,
Love, let me ask
I
you
don't know.
this.
That to me in my head, that it's just me organizing my thoughts and being like, okay, like it makes it easier for thought processing. But because we're living in an unprecedented time where people are finally able to freely choose, like, to like be happy and get this gender reconfirming surgery,
Yeah.
this isn't something that we have history to look back on and to compare it to and to learn from. This is all new. So of course there's going to be, a lot of uproar with this, and it's going to take a lot of change and a lot of adjustments. We're still trying to figure out like what's right, what's
Mhm.
wrong, because for the longest it's only been women, of course, but now we're introducing a new variable, a new factor, a transgender person, a
Which is
man.
fine. You have to respect the lifestyle, right?
Of course.
But what happens when a pro lifter like the Mr. Olympia,
when it comes to that,
like what happens when they want to identify as a woman?
No, I agree with
and
you
then
guys.
it's like, yo, they're gonna destroy the competition.
Yeah,
Because it's
I
like,
agree with you guys.
Like it's like, okay, you're a pro lifter, you do the Olympia as a male. The definition is muscle mass, right?
Mhm.
So what's to stop one of those guys to say, yo, I'm gonna win this championship because now I'm gonna identify as a woman and kill it in the women's ranking?
Right.
Like where do we draw the line in the sand?
No, I get you.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
that's why I say I'm not against how they live their lifestyle. What I'm against is call a spade a spade. And I just want to give shout outs to my boy Saga on that one because he's the reason why I even say that saying.
You should get that tattooed on you.
Call a spade a spade.
Yeah.
You just want me to get another tattoo. All right, it's cool. That's gonna be in due time.
But I'm surprised you haven't gotten that tattooed yet, because you say that all the time.
Well, I only say it because of him. I gotta give the respect.
No, but occasionally.
But
yeah, I agree with you guys, because honestly,
but give them their own ranking. Again, we're not coming at the trans community. I believe you should live the way you want to live, but however, stay within your rank.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Go against what is your true challenge.
Yeah.
It's not a challenge when you're going against a girl who's 130 pounds wet.
So,
like, come on.
Margot had made a good comment about the Olympia is a bad example. The MMA one is better. Because at least, I mean, I'm assuming in Olympia, you go by class, so even if you are like transgender, be in the same weight class, be in the same people who are the same criteria as you, make it fair.
Because in the Olympia, the reason, sorry to cut you off, Love, the reason why I say the Olympia is because it's about definition, right?
Oh, right.
Who's going to achieve that definition quicker, the male or the woman?
Right. I get you.
So,
because at least in MMA, that's crazy.
It is.
That is crazy.
It's chaos.
Bro.
It is chaos. And then, okay, let's just take it to, have you ever seen those sports where they show you a 12-year-old who looked like a grown-ass man? Have you ever seen that shit? Like, they'll be like, oh, he's 12 years old, but the dude is already 6 foot, and he competes against the tykes. What do they naturally do? They put them up in a higher, they'll rank them up to compensate for their size. Because there's no way you're going to let a 12-year-old who is freaking 240 pounds standing 6 foot compete with the peewees.
Right.
They won't.
You see, so if they do it with that.
Unless you're in Georgia, my G, because they got some corn-fed, you feel me? They just put an X on your helmet, bro. You feel me? I was a beast in my age bracket. I came to Miami. I'm playing with 18-year-olds at 11 years old, bro. You feel me? Go to Georgia, bro. If you wanna beat up on people, bro. You really want to beat up on people? Go to Georgia, bro. They got 500-pounders on the offensive line when you're 9 years old, bro. You feel me? Check that out.
Why can't they just accommodate in
other
classes?
Exactly. Give them their own class. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying discriminate against them. I'm not saying kick them out. No, but give them their own class.
Right.
They deserve it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I'm dipping, not slipping. Don't fucking test me, nigga.